Elon Musk has been making headlines for years as one of the most brilliant, creative, and controversial CEOs of all time. As of the filming of this video, Elon is worth over $180 billion as he leads Tesla, Neuralink, SpaceX, The Boring Company, and he continues his pursuit to get us to colonize Mars. But in today's video, we're going to talk about some of the most recent real estate related headlines around Elon, including his decision to sell over $100 million of real estate in California and move into a 400 square foot tiny home in Texas. Even though Elon has been ridden with controversy for years now, there's no denying what a fascinating person that he is, and these most recent decisions that he's made to live a much more minimal lifestyle are just another extension of what makes him so interesting. If you're wondering who I am and you're new to my channel, my name is Scott. I'm a real estate investor out of Arizona, so here on my channel we talk all things real estate. If you're into that kind of thing, think about hitting the subscribe button down below, and regardless of whether or not you decide to subscribe, if at any point during this video you're liking the video or you're having fun, if you could at least just hit the like button down below for me, that would help me out a lot. I think it's safe to say that basically every human on planet Earth has heard of Elon Musk, but first let's just do a super high level overview on who Elon is. Elon was born on June 28th, 1971 in a town called Pretoria, which is one of 3 capital cities in South Africa. Elon had his first successful business venture at the age of 12 when he created this simple computer game called Blastar, and then he later sold the code to a magazine called PC and Office Technology. Once he graduated high school, he moved to Canada and he spent his freshman and sophomore years of college at Queen's University. Then after that, he moved to the States and he attended the University of Pennsylvania. After college, Elon had his first huge success when he and his brother started this company called Zip2. This was a company that sold online city guide software to newspapers. They sold the company in 1999 for $307 million, which meant that Elon made a $22 million payday at the age of 27. Even though he had this crazy windfall at such a young age, that didn't stop him from continuing to pursue new business ventures year over year. He next went on to become the CEO of PayPal, and he left that company making $160 million after a merger. And this moment in his life is what fueled the next several ventures that Elon Musk is known for today. First, he created SpaceX, which is a company that designs, manufactures, and launches rockets with a long-term goal of making it easier and more affordable to colonize Mars. Shortly after that, he founded Tesla Motors, and that's probably the company that he's most well known for. That's an electric vehicle and a clean energy company. Then a more recent venture of his is The Boring Company, which he founded in 2016, and this one was meant to create safe, low-cost transportation tunnels to solve traffic problems. And if all those weren't fascinating enough, he also founded Neuralink in 2016, and this company focuses on understanding the brain and interfacing with the brain. So we know that Elon is a wildly successful businessman and entrepreneur, but why has he decided to sell all of his possessions, including his real estate portfolio? Well, it all started when he made this tweet back in May of 2020 when he said, "I am selling almost all physical possessions, will own no house." Then later on a Joe Rogan interview, he said that he'd been thinking about doing this for a while, and one of the reasons why is just simply because he has a bunch of houses and he isn't using them, plus he felt like it was more important to get to Mars versus build any more houses. But he's also been reported to say that he's selling these houses because he's faced a lot of criticism for being a billionaire and not paying his fair share in taxes. The most confusing way that he explained the reasoning for all of this was in a tweet where he said, "Working on sustainable energy for Earth with Tesla and protecting future of consciousness by making life multiplanetary with SpaceX. Also, AI risk mitigation with Neuralink, and fixing traffic with Boring." So my translation of all of this is that he's selling all of his stuff to clear his mind so he can focus more of his energy and finances on things that are higher priorities for him. Anyways, back in May of 2020, he followed through on his promise, listing a total of 7 properties for sale across California for a total price of over $100 million. 4 of the houses were in the LA area, which was basically just one big house with 3 surrounding adjacent properties that he probably bought for privacy. He listed all of those for a combined total of $62.5 million. Then he listed another massive 47-acre estate in the Bay Area for $35 million. And the last 2 homes that he listed for sale at that time, first was a house in Bel Air that was 16,000 square feet and he listed for $30 million. And then the other one was a special home to Elon Musk because it was previously owned by Gene Wilder, and for that one he asked $9.5 million. He made a point to put on Twitter after he listed the Gene Wilder house for sale that it cannot be torn down or lose any of its soul. There was one more house in the Bay Area that at the time of his original announcement he said he wasn't selling because he was holding on to it for events, but just a couple weeks ago he announced that he's selling that house too. When I was going down the rabbit hole of research for all of this, I actually found an article that linked to the Zillow listing of this house, and I'm pretty sure that this is the one because the timing and location makes sense. Plus it's listed as for sale by owner, which is how he listed the other properties. You can see here that both the house and the lot are massive, the home has a ton of charm, and it has really amazing unobstructed bay views. In a crazy twist of events though, gone are the days that Elon has 8 different multi-million-dollar mansions with tons of bedrooms, bathrooms, and amenities. That is because along with his decision to sell all of his real estate and physical possessions, he also confirmed in a tweet on June 9th, 2021 that his new primary home is literally a $50,000 house in Boca, China that he rents from SpaceX. And not only is this guy who's worth over $180 billion living in a house that costs less than most of the Tesla cars that he produces, this is a tiny house at only about 400 square feet. Now it makes sense that he lives in this part of Texas because this is right next to his SpaceX location that's manufacturing their Starships. Plus he's made it very clear that he wants to spend a lot of time on SpaceX efforts going forward, particularly colonizing Mars, so of course he'd want to live pretty close to the factory where he's doing that. But why he chose to live in a 400 square foot house is a little bit peculiar, but I've got to admit, I've always been pretty fascinated in tiny home living myself, so to be honest, I'm kind of jealous. Anyways, the house is confirmed to be a casita model by this company called Boxable, which is a foldable home that's advertised to be delivered to you and set up in just one day. Boxable is similar to other prefab companies in that these homes are made in a factory, which keeps production costs down. One of the many benefits of building a prefab home is it usually costs a lot less money than if you were to build a home on site because you have the luxury of mass producing everything in a warehouse. When you look at the casita model on the Boxable website, which is the one that Elon ended up with, you'll see that right out of the box, this model comes with a full-size kitchen, a bathroom, a living space, and a bedroom area. It's basically a very efficiently designed studio apartment that has all of your modern amenities, including heating and air conditioning, washer and dryer, and insulation for low energy bills. The Boxable website also advertises that if you finance this thing, it's going to run you about $250 per month, or you can buy one outright, which starts at $49,500. After poking around their website a little bit more, I learned that this website is actually brand new and they're not selling any models to the public at this time. Elon Musk must have got one of their prototype models, but the company's website does say that they're shipping the same casita model in late 2021. As a real estate investor myself, I'm pretty fascinated by these things, and just buying one and throwing it in your backyard or out in the forest and then renting it out on Airbnb, because I know that if I hired a contractor to build this same 400 square foot house, it would cost twice the amount. According to everything I see on their website, these Boxable homes are basically ready to go as soon as they arrive on your site. You just need to hook them up to power, water, and sewer. I'm not going to judge Elon Musk and his decision to live right next to the SpaceX factory because I think that kind of makes a lot of sense, but something tells me that this is a temporary situation for him because I can't imagine someone like Elon living in a 400 square foot house for long, especially when you think about the fact that he has 6 kids. Today we might be surprised by the fact that Elon is selling all of his stuff and moving into a house that's basically the size of a bedroom in most other houses, but I'm sure before long he'll be shocking all of us with some more controversial tweets or comments about his next big move. Whether he's pumping up the price of a meme stock or he's sending people to Mars, I know that I personally will be tuning in to the entertainment as Elon focuses on improving the future of the human race and the world that we live in. If you enjoyed the video today, guys, just one more reminder to hit the like button down below for me, and hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber because I put a lot of time putting these videos together, and if you liked this one, I have a feeling you'll like my other videos as well. But that's all I've got for you guys this time, so until next time, see ya!